Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to Atlanta Grill Company. Today we're going to fire up the Kamado Joe Classic and I'm going to cook my fantastic fruitcake for you. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do on this fruitcake cook is I've got my Joe lit. I've set up for some indirect cooking with the heat deflectors in the low position. So I'm just going to close the dome lid. I'm going to set my top vent just a little shy of the first mark because we're going to set up to cook somewhere between 325 and 350. And I'm going to set up the fireboard to run my pit today so we don't have to worry about any of that. This guy's going to come to temperature and be ready to go while we go get everything else ready. And when you're baking on a Kamado, you want to have a really clean grill. We're going to get started in a saucepan over medium-high heat, and I've got a lot of ingredients here, so I'm going to put all those in the video description along with this recipe so you'll have it. But what we're starting out with, I've got about a cup of whiskey and a cup of apple juice. And we're just going to put that in our saucepan, and then we're going to put in all of our dried fruit, which starts with about a cup of golden raisins, about a cup of dried cherries, and I've got a half a cup of dried figs that are chopped. I've got a half a cup of dried apricots that are chopped. I've got about a quarter of a cup of dried cranberries and a quarter of a cup of candied ginger that I've chopped up. And this candied ginger is kind of a sticky mess, so just do the best you can with that, or you can leave it out. This is a fruit cake. It's a lot like a meatloaf. You can put in whatever you want. And then I've got the zest of one orange, and I've got the zest of one lemon, and I want to bring that up to a slow boil for the first stage of this cook. After that comes up to a boil, we're going to let it boil here for about 2 minutes. And now that that's boiled for about 2 minutes, we're going to add some more ingredients. I've got about a cup of sugar here. I've got butter. I've got ground cinnamon, ground ginger, ground allspice, and ground nutmeg. And we're going to get all this dissolved in here and bring it back up to a simmer again. And now that I have all that dissolved in there, I'm going to bring it back to a simmer. And once that comes back to a simmer like that, I'm going to reduce my heat to medium, and we're going to let that simmer for 5 to 8 minutes to thicken this up. Okay, after about 8 more minutes on there, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to take this guy off the heat, and we're going to let it cool for about 20 minutes. We've let that cool for about 15 minutes there, and I've taken another mixing bowl and I've mixed together my flour, my baking powder, my baking soda, and my salt. And we're just going to stir that into this now until I get that combined. And once that starts to come together, I've got 2 eggs that are going to go in here, and I'm just going to make sure I get those yolks broken, and we're going to stir that in as well and get this smoothed out and everything combined. And then I've got my 10-inch cast iron pan sprayed down with a little bit of cooking spray, and we're going to get all of this fruitcake batter into that pan and just kind of smooth that out. This guy's ready to go to the grill. Our grill's up to temp, and I'm going to crack it open. We're going to set this guy right in the middle. I'm going to close the grill back, and this is going to take somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 minutes to an hour. So we'll be back when it's done to have a look. We've been going about an hour and 5 minutes here now, and I believe this guy's ready. I'm going to get it off the grill. I'm going to let it cool it on a wire rack in the pan for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to take it out of the pan and let it cool completely. Okay guys, I've let that cool and I've taken it out, and I've sliced it. And what I've done here in my mixing bowls, I've made a little bit of a sugar drizzle icing that's basically nothing but confectioner's sugar and Gran Marnier, and we'll just drizzle a little bit on the top of that to finish that off. Guys, that's absolutely amazing. You're gonna have to give this one a try. Let me know what you think. Until next time, this is John Setzler with Atlanta Grill Company.